So hi everybody, this is Carl Cuesta with ALF Rookie. I'm here with a very special guest today. Can you introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I am Jamandre. I'm with Keller Williams Memorial and I am a residential realtor.
Now Leah, right from the beginning, I was very impressed with your focus. Like, how did you get into this business and especially this focus?
Yeah, so I've been in real estate going on 6 years now, and after me and my husband, we started working with more clients who are seniors. When we started having conversations with them about, hey, I want to sell my home, but I don't know what the next step is, or we would be working with their children who inherited the home and they didn't have a will or a trust in place. From there, we felt horrible that we couldn't help them move forward. So then we started gathering our resources, such as estate attorneys, financial advisors, CPAs, Medicare specialists. When we started having conversations with them, we realized one common thing, that nobody is having the discussion of planning for death. And nobody wants to talk about death, which is which is scary.
Yeah.
But 100% of us are going to die one day.
I think that's a pretty accurate statistic.
Yes.
Without looking that up.
Right? And then when we started, diving into the community called KW Planners through Danny Hara, he really hit home for us, and he mentioned, let's bless your families now while you're still alive. So how do we do that? Well, that's having the conversation of, what does mom and dad want to do with the rest of their life? How does that life look like? How does the children get involved now versus, wait, well, somebody passes or somebody has a fall or has health issues and they're not able to make decisions, and they take more of a reactive approach. And then family drama gets involved. Then you have kids, you have siblings being involved in the process when they don't have guidance. So that's where we really come from an educational, coming from value, that hey, if you are looking to sell but it's not the right time, let's connect you to somebody that can help you have these conversations, so that way you're at least, you have a peace of mind on how you want to pass.
One of the things, so I recently, like a few days ago, I went to your last event, and I think it was spectacular. I really do. And
awesome.
In the assisted living space, we always worry about, like, where are we going to, how are we going to fill our beds, number one. But I think taking a more holistic approach like you're doing is how I want to move forward. Yes, we do want to provide assisted living and provide you with resources and vendors, but doing this kind of work, getting them ready, educating them on how to actually finance, having that talk, like who's the power of attorney, providing these resources will automatically give you those referrals. And it's important to connect with realtors and people like yourself, especially. Like, there's a lot of realtors out there, but very few are specialized in like senior care. I mean, it's not just like senior living, it's like the whole thing that you're doing, like from rights to like having a conversation. One of the people there was like, how to finance, how are you gonna finance it? Because ALFs, for example, here in Houston, it can be like it can be expensive. Like, there's some at 8,000, and that's a lot. So that's one of the things that really stood out. And then another thing that you guys did, apart from selling the real estate as well, is I was very impressed with prepping the home and getting everything ready to go from your home to the assisted living facility or senior living, wherever you want to go. So that's a very complete package. And I think I encourage our guests, a lot of our guests are assisted living facility operators.
Oh, okay.
People trying to run these facilities. I encourage them to link with people like Miss Leah that specialize in these kind of services. And you're providing a very valuable service, and the clients will come because of this.
Yeah. And to your point, it really is, when they start thinking about making a move, they look at their 2-story, 4,000 square feet home, and they're just, what do I do with all my stuff?
Yes.
And then the emotional side comes from it, and we realize as realtors, like, hey, we want to be there for you, but we are not the right people that you need to be talking to. So let's introduce you to companies that can help you declutter, that can help you take pictures of your treasures, see if one of your children, family member wants it, or if they don't, then hey, why don't we sell it so that way you can gain some money from it, because another person's trash is another person's treasure.
For sure.
So we really wanted to respect their home and their space, but we also know that if they're not physically putting things in boxes, they're not moving. So we really wanted to find the right team, and the right team really needs to have a compassion for these people. It is not about, we're making money. It's not about that. It's about being able to help them move forward. And sometimes we have to get family members involved. We have a client right now who wants to sell their home just because the maintenance is just too high. He feels like he's just alone in it, but he didn't want to reach out to his children because he felt kind of embarrassed that he had to let the home go. When we have that conversation, hey, if you don't feel comfortable talking to them, is it okay that I give them a call? Because I can deliver the message to your kids while you're still alive, and letting them know that these are your wishes. This is what you want. Your children will want to respect that, because you've taken care of them. All they want to do is make you happy. And I think when you get them involved now, before the death, before the fall, before the health issues, before the Alzheimer's comes in, at least you can do it together. So we really come from approach, again, bless your family now. And another thing too is, if they want to sell their home so that way they can use their proceeds to get into an assisted or into independent, wherever they want to go, at least if they sell their home, they can use that proceeds versus having to burden their kids for financial help, because at that time we know that they don't want to be a burden. But we have to open the conversation up that sometimes being in your home, it's a burden for everybody. While your home is deteriorating, your health is deteriorating, what are you going to do? Because we really want to put them in the mindset, you're okay now. What about 5 years from now? What about 10 years from now? What about 15 years from now? What do you want your life to look like? Because you can plan for that. You have a decision on how you want to live the rest of your life. And a lot of the seniors think that, no, I have to just be in my home and there's no other options. There's so many, but they just need to be connected to the right resource to have that conversation.
Yeah, so definitely I love that holistic approach.
Yeah.
I think, even, I guess moving into an assisted living facility is kind of like the end, like not the end, but like the late stage of the game.
Yeah.
So like, I think even when your parents are still sharp, maybe in their 60s would be a good time to start this. Like, I know for me, I got to talk to my parents about this stuff because, my mom just retired, I think like 35 years at Easton Methodist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in the health field, yeah.
Yeah, she stayed there forever. But, in our culture, in the Filipino culture, everyone always talks about like moving back home. But for me, it's tough because that is a cross-country move. So one of the main reasons I got into assisted living was in this space was because, what can I offer them that they'll stay and they'll be present and I will be able to take care of them without having to spend $400 a day.
Oh.
I wish I could afford that much.
Yes, yeah. Right?
On like a private duty nurse or something like that. That'd be great. I would love that, but it's hard. So the second thing that came into my mind is like, this is how I discovered ALFs, all right. So our goal, for me at least, is to get them into a home that they want to retire in Texas and America, whatever they want, we'll find a way to fund it and then convert it so they can live there, but also get the 24-hour help that they need, and convert it into personal care home, 1 to 3 patients, or a small assisted living facility, which is 4 to 16. So that is the epiphany that I had last year. I was like, all right, I have to do this because it's coming. Like this retirement, this move is coming, and it's I need to be planning and being one of the people doing it, because I want to have the best staff there. I want to have the best home there. So I encourage everybody, like, hey, if you want to learn more about assisted living, think about it. It's scary, but you can definitely do it. There's a lot of resources out there, like, different, like Sean Medlin, Brett, there's a lot of people in residential assisted living Facebook groups that can educate you. You can do it. Now, what is a common challenge that you have, and is there a solution for it?
Yeah, the common challenge we face is people not having the conversations, and not when they have the conversation, it's, well, how do I take the next step? So our solution is right. Motion censored.
There you go.
Our solution is to really have these conversations. My team, my husband, and 4 other agents, we are hosting monthly seminars at different senior communities in our office. If you want to know more, it really is like, come to these events so that way you can be exposed to trustworthy, reliable people that will help you take the next step. And again, common problem, we're not having the conversation because death is scary. Nobody wants to plan for that, but it's way better to plan it now when you're healthy and there's no fights that can take place between your children, and just have the conversation, like, and ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like in the next 5, 10, or 15 years? You have an option to plan, and it really is having a conversation like that with either myself, with Carl, or coming to one of our events. If you'd like to know more about that, I'd love to send the Eventbrite link. It can be found through our Instagram, our Facebook, and I can definitely share that with you too. Share with your people.
Yeah, please. Like, what is the best way to reach you guys?
Best way to reach us, so really it's just texting us and calling us directly. We love having direct phone conversations, so that way we can truly understand what is it that you need. And again, because we grew our network with trust advisors, estate attorneys, financial advisors, health insurance, like all the people that you think you may need, we have those people in our network that we are more than happy to share, because again, we just want to be the realtors. When it comes to insurance, financial advising, CPA, that's a whole nother field right there. But we don't mind having those conversations if you already have those people, so that way we can start planning.
Yeah, that's excellent. Can you share a number that they can text you guys, like a work number even? What would be the best number for that? And I'll post it in the show notes as well.
Perfect. My direct phone number is 832-418-2787. Send me a text message, give me a call, leave a message, and I'd love to have a conversation.
And then what about social media? Can you spell out, and I know how to spell Jamandre, but can I spell out for the audience? And I'll link it as well.
Yeah, so our Facebook page is Jamandre Team. So Facebook.com/JAMANDRE Team.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ms. Leah. I hope it's been of value to a lot of our viewers. And again, operators, don't just limit yourself to placement agents as getting clients. Link up with specialists like Ms. Leah, senior specialists, that have teams and have events like this that are educating your clients. So you give them the whole package and the whole holistic approach, instead of just coming in at the end and be like, all right, we have a nice homey place for you. Like, you want to build you want to be the logical step. You want to build the path to yourself. So you want to have these relationships so you can build that path. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Bye.